On this day, 79 years ago, the Railway Series was first published in 1945 by the Reverend W. Awdry. You all know the history behind the Railway Series.
Christopher Awdry was ill in bed at the age of 3 years old. His father, the Reverend W. Awdry, told him nursery rhymes, one of them being Down by the Station. Awdry would draw trains, which he gave names, Edward, Henry, and Gordon. Gordon being named after a rude boy on Audrey Street. The good Reverend would also tell Christopher stories about these engines. He loved them so much that it led to him writing the Railway Series, and the rest is history.
To celebrate 79 years of the Railway Series, I'm going to share one of my opinions that I'm not sure if it's unpopular or not, but I think it is unpopular. The fact that I do not like the fact that Henry was painted blue in the 3 railway engines. Now, let me explain. In the original story, The Sad Story of Henry, Henry was pulling a passenger train when all of a sudden it started to rain. Henry hid in a tunnel to hide his lovely green paint and red stripes from the rain. After many attempts to get him out, Henry was shut up in the tunnel and was then let out in the next story after Gordon burst his safety valve and Edward couldn't push the express alone. So Henry was let out of the tunnel to pull the express with Edward. At the end of the story, the Fat Controller rewards Henry by asking him if he would like to be painted blue with red stripes, and Henry says yes. Now, let me just say that the concept of Henry being blue is actually pretty cool. But the problem is that Henry hid in the tunnel so that his lovely green paint with red stripes wouldn't be spoiled in the rain. And then, once he got let out of the tunnel, he decides to be painted blue. So basically, Henry hid in the tunnel and then got shut up for nothing. To me, it just doesn't make sense for Henry to be painted blue, simply because he hid in the tunnel to hide his lovely green paint with red stripes, only to get painted blue in the next story. However, this only applies to the Railway Series and not the TV series, because in the TV series, Henry is always green. And I personally think that was a really good decision from Brit and David. Yes, I think the main reason why they didn't have Henry being blue is because they didn't have a very big budget for season 1.
But I think another reason is because maybe Brit and David thought the same as I did. Who knows? Now, given that I've shared my criticisms with Henry being blue, is there a way to make Henry blue done right? Oh, yes, there is. How about if Henry was built painted blue, and when he arrived on Sodor, he got painted green? That made him proud, but not like James, where he boasts about it constantly. Just, being proud of being green. But then one rainy day, Henry hid it in the tunnel. After he gets shut up and then he gets let out, he remains green for the rest of the Railway Series. And I think the Reverend Wilbur Awdry also thought that Henry being blue didn't make much sense in this context, because 3 books later he was painted green again. But anyway, hope you guys enjoyed this video, and if you'd like to see more videos on the Thomas Railway Series or the TV series, make sure to like and subscribe and tell me what you'd like me to talk about. Hope you guys enjoyed the video, and if you liked it, make sure to like and subscribe. Bye!